Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I am doing my June TBR in an actually timely fashion, at least as far as the filming goes, and the plan is to get it up the day it filmed, so there's that. Anyway, you know the drill by now. I have my lovely wheel, I have my nice little teacup with all the props, and we're gonna spin this thing, see where we go. I do still have books that I need to or want to fit in. If you've been here a couple of months, you know that I have a lot of books borrowed from friends. I still need to read those, and I will get there. If I can't fit them if I can't fit them into a prompt, it's okay. I'll just read them when I get a chance. There's no rush on returning them. I just want to finish them sooner for my own edification and just my own sake of peace. But anyway, let's get into it. So, spin number 1 is clearly orange, which is collection. So this is a collection of short stories. It can be a story from a collection of things. And actually I have 3 of them right here: Beauty and the Beast, The Snow Queen, and Pirates. I know I also have... this can also be a bind-up of stories. So for example, if I knew where Binti was, I know I have the bind-up of all 3 of those novellas somewhere. I also know that I could finish off Queendom of the Seven Lakes because I have a bind-up of Queendom and King of the Seven Lakes, which are the 2 books in that duology. The first one, Binti, is by Nnedi Okorafor, and the second one is by A.B. Endicott. There we go. Not Krogan. Been talking about Pelennor a lot. Please hold while I go find one of those. Turns out A.B. Endicott is somewhere way back up on that shelf, I'm pretty sure. And currently I don't feel like getting it. But I will either finish off King, or I will finish off, or progress anyway, in this trilogy. This is an African futurism trilogy about a young girl who, well, the back of it says, Binti, a young Himba girl with the chance of a lifetime to attend the prestigious Umza University. Despite her family's concerns, her talent for mathematics and aptitude for astrolabes makes her a prime candidate to undertake this interstellar journey. But everything changes when the jellyfish-like Medusa attack her spaceship, leaving her the only survivor. Now, Binti must fend for herself, alone on a ship full of the beings who murdered her crew, with 5 days until she reaches her destination. So, you start there and sort of move through the trilogy. I remember really loving the first one in this trilogy, and I am excited to continue. I just haven't, because I have a lot of books, and my priorities shift like a fucking beach. But this one or Queendom. To replace that prompt, we are going to go with... That's 2 of them? I don't want 2 of them. Ooh, I'm okay with this one. Elizabeth the First. Alright, so orange is the color to watch. That was spin number 2. Now it is on dark blue, which is 2+ authors. So, as one might assume, this is a book that is co-authored. This can be just 2 authors, or it can be a collection of short stories, and therefore it's authored by multiple people. I have several. I'm kind of trying to think out of the box, because my default is Mercedes Lackey, which is not a bad default. She's amazing. Just full stop. But I'm thinking. Turns out we're just gonna go with my default. Which means I'm going to read This Specter'd Isle by Mercedes Lackey and Roberta Gellis. Sorry. This is the first in the Elizabethan quartet authored by these 2. It starts, I want to say, with the birth of Elizabeth, so it would have been 1533. Within the lens, so essentially it starts with the birth of Elizabeth I, and the 2 different fae groups are concerned for various reasons. One of them wants Elizabeth on the throne because that would be good for them, the other one doesn't because it's bad for them. I've read the middle 2 books in this series and I loved them. I love Mercedes Lackey, I love Elizabeth. This is just all things good to me. But I have never read the first one or the 4th one because this series is apparently getting read extremely out of order. It is what it is. But hopefully I can get through this one this month. I will say this is almost 700 pages, it is 662, so this could be fun. Next prompt. Poetry. Spin number 3. Whew. That was kind of close. Alright, light yellow. Outside the West. So, not Australia, Europe, the US, or Canada. Outside the West. I have a good number of books. I am getting better, which is actually glorious. Oh, I just got excited. I know what I'm reading. Ha! This is the second book in... Oh, it's down there somewhere. It's up here somewhere? It's right here. Genius. So, the first book is Upon a Burning Throne by Ashok K. Banker, and obviously the second one is Dark Queen Rises. The series is called the Burnt Empire Saga. And in the first one, we follow these 2 twins who are destined to be the emperors. They've never, if I'm remembering correctly, they've never had 2 emperors at the same time. These kids are sent away because they have various different challenges that are not, generally speaking, accepted upon the throne of the mystical, fantastical version of India. You go from there, there's war. It's amazing. This one just came out this year, and I am so excited. This book was amazing. Also, if you've been here a little bit, you know I love Indian history, both Native American and subcontinent India. I feel the need to specify that because depending on where you live, it may be different. Anyway, this is subcontinent India, to be clear. I love their history. It's amazing and beautiful and rich. Brutal, most histories are, but like, it's gorgeous. So I'm very excited that I can actually fit this into a prompt. Before spin number 4. Oh, that's not a bad one. Reread is the replacement prompt. Spin number 4. Whew. Oh dear me. Sister pick. Quite frankly, it's Monday. Christina might not be working. We will give her a call and see if she picks up. Texted my sister and I sent her several pictures of nonfiction and historical fiction because that tends to be what she reads the most. And she decided on whatever book. Oh, The Trial of Lizzie Borden by Kara Robertson. Sorry, I forgot to take the book down from my shelf, so I'm reading it sideways. She decided on that one. It is a nonfiction, obviously, about the trial of Lizzie Borden, who killed her mother and father, and there's a children's rhyme, because obviously children's rhymes have to be morbid as all get out, about taking the axe and giving her mother 40 and her father 41, or something like that. It's dark, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but anyway, that's the book she picked. That was spin number 4, let's choose another prompt, like this one that's in the palm of my hand. There we go, alright. Continue series, which is also not bad, because I have a lot of series I need to continue. Spin 5. No boy. Alright. This is either red or orange, depending on where you look at it from. And I should know because I just got down on my knees on a concrete floor, which hurts, by the way. However, it does, from straight on, at least to me, look like it's red. And yes, I'm explaining this because I realized editing my last video that I shifted in my chair so that it looked like the one closer left to me, but on camera it looked like the one on the right. This one I honestly don't know, and I did what I could. So we're gonna go with red, in part because I also don't want to spin 7 times. Gifted, which means I find a book that somebody gifted me. My mother doesn't buy me gifts, and I also kind of put this one in just to cheat a little bit so I could read books that Abby got me. If you don't know Abby from Autumn of Pelennor, or Abby of Pelennor now, she's amazing. Go check out her channel, it's always linked down below. And let me go find which book she's gifted me that I want to read now. Simple. I am going to read Artificial Condition by Martha Wells, assuming this is the second one. Abby gave me the first 3, I've already read the first 1, so I have the second and third. I'm relatively certain I put them in the correct order back on my shelf. I could have fucked them up somewhere along the way, but at any rate, I'm going to read the second one, which I'm fairly certain is this one. She gave these to me April? May? I don't know, relatively recently. Is that a bug? That is a bug. I don't like bugs. Anyway, they're novellas, they're quick and short, which, considering the other books I have in this pile, is a good thing. I loved the first one. I thought it was fantastic. Sci-fi is one of those genres for me that I struggle with a little bit, because sometimes I'll find something that's really fantastic and I love it, but then it either goes downhill as the series continues, or that particular type of science fiction, dystopian YA for example, I missed it, damn, gets oversaturated for a while and so I don't go back to it for a while, such as Hunger Games, Divergent, that kind of stuff. Loved those, but then there were too many. And also, science fiction largely doesn't interest me quite as much. But this one, I really enjoyed it. So, gonna read this. Spin número 5. So, let's go for número 6. If I can actually get a prompt here. There we go. Oh, well there. And the last one is bind up. Well, not the last one, but the last replacement. The next replacement prompt. There we go. So, spin number 6. Hopefully the final one. Final one. Ooh, okay. Bad or mixed reviews. Ooh. Alright, I wanted to get a little bit away from the fantasy because I have a lot of that on here. I've heard both good and bad things about this. This is Girl, Woman, Other by Bernadine Evaristo, and 12 different characters in the UK on an entwined journey of discovery, apparently. If I'm not mistaken, Emma from Drinking by My Shelf really enjoyed this. Several other booktubers who I can't remember, because this was very hyped about a year ago. I mean, about a year ago in COVID time, so take that with a grain of salt, but sometime prior. And some people really liked it, but maybe not a lot of people, but some people just kind of meh, you know? So, bad or mixed reviews goes to this one. For the sake of next month, we will choose my last prompt and thank all of the wheel spinning gods that I didn't have to spin 7 times this month. Just watch July, I'm going to end up spinning 12, which would be it. Random numberator. Random numberator? Really? Random number. Oi. It's fine. I'm just combining words again. Huh. That was not nearly as bad as I thought. Also, I do have to read my book club book for our meeting this month, which is 11 lessons. Well, hold on. You Learn by Living, 11 Keys for a More Fulfilling Life by Eleanor Roosevelt. We're reading this for my book club. Also, super nice and short. Something she wrote herself. If you don't know the name Roosevelt, we have had 2 President Roosevelts in this country. Theodore Roosevelt, or Teddy, in the 1900s. God, what was he, 1902 to 1906 or something? Somewhere around there. And then we had FDR, or Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was married to Eleanor Roosevelt from 1933 to 1945 when FDR finally kicked the bucket. Only president to have run for and been elected more than 2 terms. He's the reason for the 22nd Amendment, which I know I've said in prior videos, but the 22nd limits a president to running 2 terms. Period. It doesn't matter if they're consecutive or 10 years apart, you can only run 2. But yeah, FDR's the reason for that. Got us through the Great Depression and World War II, largely, although he didn't drop the atomic bombs. That was Truman, which you also may know if you watched my April wrap-up, because I finally finished Truman in that. But anyway, it's a long way of saying I am reading this month, and I'm excited for it. I've heard a lot about her, whether it's good or bad, I can't really say, because she's just sort of that household name that we all know and kind of revere along with FDR, but nobody can tell us why. So hopefully this will tell me why. All of the books I am reading in June. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have read any of these books, want to read them with me, have any thoughts, comments, questions about them, let me know down in the comments below as always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!